Well, and our session today actually is about your new book, Insecurity is All About Me. Can you wave it at the camera for us so that we can see it and have a
Yep.
look?
You okay?
Fantastic. Yes. Very nice. Very simple, but it does the job on very elegant. I like it. Yes. I mean, writing a book is a big project. You've got to be determined to make it happen. And what was driving you to write this book, Ian?
I was looking at the work I was doing, John, all the way through. I mean, the first book I kind of did, which you obviously have pushed out for me, which is really nice. Thank you. The aspect of insecurity seemed to be coming up an awful lot in the work I was utilising in all sorts of different places, not just in kind of couple work or individual work, but children and young people work, and kind of looking at the work I was doing in children's centres at the time. I did an awful lot of years in children's centres, working with young mums, new families, all those kind of things. And so a lot of my work was around kind of difference, change, alterations, additions to the family, whole range of things in that nature. And I realised very quickly that there seemed to be a pattern emerging with the people I was working with. And there's an underlying feeling of insecurity with a lot of the things I was working on at that time. So it got me to thinking about insecurity, where it comes from, how it manifests itself, and kind of looking at it in a lot more detail. And obviously there's a lot of work with Bowlby and other people about attachment issues and insecure and attachment styles and those kind of things. So those were my bread and butter when I first started doing my training, as for a lot of people, obviously. So I was always looking at the psychodynamic approach, where things come from. And so when I was looking at that, and I was looking at the relationships and the kind of problems, the issues we were getting, I realized that insecurity is obviously an underneath process of that attachment. And my belief is, can't guarantee this is true, but my belief is that everybody on the planet is insecure to a lesser or greater degree. And in my world, although I was working with kind of new mums and those kind of things where people were pregnant and waiting to give birth, I realized that babies weren't born on the day they were born. Really, babies are born when they're actually made, when the sperm and the egg get together and the kind of cells start duplicating and dividing. So I was looking at how pregnant mums were working within their relationships. And obviously being in children's centres, I was seeing those children afterwards with the mums, because I was working for about 4 or 5 years in children's centres. And I was looking at the patterning that the children's behaviours were exhibiting from the parents when they were pregnant. And I realised there was some kind of connection. Stands to reason, really, but it kind of came to me in a moment of flash, if you like. So while somebody's pregnant, then the process of the pregnancy in my world creates a connection to the child, obviously, and that insecurity that the parent is down to. And so then it's seeing the fetus being born, coming into the children's centre over a 2-year period, and seeing how their behaviour changed, and seeing active or reactive in the process of connection with other children and with mums and other staff workers. So it kind of like started building an awareness that in my world, everybody's insecure, as I've said, and the insecurity starts at conception, not at birth.